I'm unsure who else will be joining us this morning. We might have Dave, not really sure. But as usual, welcome. Thank you for joining. The working group forum document is available, but I will link it in chat all the same. Let me do that. At least I will try. There we go. Zoom was not cooperating. There we go. So it's linked in the chat. If you have any issues you'd like to discuss or any topics to discuss, please add them. And we'll give it another minute or two, and then we'll probably get started on the topics that are currently on the board. And hey, there's Dave. And then we'll go from there.
Hey, good morning, good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good time zone, wherever you are, whatever it is.
Indeed.
Right on. For those of us just joining, I will link the working group forum document in chat again, and feel free to add any topics you'd like to discuss. Otherwise, we'll just get started. If you can't add a topic to the actual document, then just drop it in chat and we can add it on. So let's get rolling. So the first topic is start working on the gateway API support minor breaking changes. I think that's Janelle.
Yeah,
and
I can probably give the update as well. So you all know about the gateway API. I think we updated the networking proposal with it. So we started implementation, and we realized several things. First of all, we are adding a new property, and that's not a breaking change. So the interface is going to be, if you are bringing your networker, be it Contour, be it Istio, you have to pass to the Helm chart the gateway class name, so that you plug into the whole networking graph. But then we realized that things like exposing the API conditionally that we introduced specifically for the Istio use case a while ago is no longer adequate or needed. So we're removing this value. And as a matter of fact, we already merged that PR today. So yeah, we're giving you a heads up. I don't think this concerns you that much because you're using YTT. So I guess it will result in a red pipeline so you have to know to fix this. Other than that, I don't think anyone's using this because it was doing for the swappable network capability. So we think such a breaking change should be minor because it only affects more or less us at SAP and we know what we're doing. But yeah, just a heads up. And we're probably also going to remove the value that's switching off the default CF routing implementation. Because remember, before the gateway API, we had to unexpose the API. That's one flag that we're removing. And second, we had to stop the reconciler from creating contour objects. But these days, the reconciler is going to create gateway objects. So it doesn't really make sense to switch it off anymore. So these are the breaking changes that you can expect. And some are already, as I mentioned, some are already upstream, but I don't think it should be a big deal on your end.
Cool. Thanks for the heads up. We can be looking at if there are any breaking changes that will affect us so we can remedy them. But yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
that works proceeding.
Yeah, I think all that makes sense. That's cool.
Cool. All right. The second topic is the Tanzu build system.
This is a topic just out of curiosity, not really related to the project because we're all here. Maybe you can give us some insight. So we had some discussions with SAP on build systems, build packs, stuff like this. And some of our colleagues raised the topics that there are some product requirements that the application images that you build must comply certain standards, such as security checks, static analysis, whatever, traceability. So if we are using K8s and building images on our cluster, then we basically violate those requirements. And our idea is that maybe you're using your build system Cartographer, if I correct the name correctly, to fulfill similar requirements. Does that make sense, or you're using Cartographer for whatever other reason?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Cartographer has the ability to run tasks as part of a supply chain. So yeah, once the image is built, you could set it up to scan the image, to create the to do whatever compliance checks you need to do after the fact. Yes, we are using that for our commercial images.
Mhm.
We have a centralized build system in the Tanzu organization that can build a whole variety of different images. And so we can just provide the source to that and it will take care of everything for us.
Yeah, it seems that we have a similar infrastructure at SAP as well. So our discussion was whether we want to substitute K8s with it. And but yeah, this is a discussion that if it happens, it's going to be quite a bit in the future. But yeah, we're just curious what you are doing.
Yeah, we haven't had any problems replacing the Carifi built images with our own images that are compliant for commercial users. So I don't think you should have any problem doing the same thing if we wanted to keep using K8s for the open source and then you used your build system for your compliant images.
Yep.
Thank you.
Do you I was just curious if in VMware in Broadcom, sorry, if K8s is considered production ready, like do you use it for production? Should we be worried to use it for like I don't know, internal stakeholders and things like that for the near term? Because the cartographer I think is more like compliance to standards, like auditing, audit, this kind of thing. But should we be worried like to use K8s more productively?
I mean, Tanzu build system is K8s and the Paketo build packs repackaged. And then when you get to something like Tanzu application platform, which is the whole the equivalent of Cloud Foundry, then you've got Cartographer using that as one step in the supply chain. So Cartographer will orchestrate the conversion of a workload through to running pods. And one step in that will be that it will stamp out an image resource that Tanzu Build Service K8s will pick up and build the image for it, and then provide the information back, and then the supply chain will carry on with the next step. So, yeah, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't use K8s. I think it's been proven to be fairly stable, and I don't see it going away anytime soon or changing radically. So I think it should be safe to use.
Yeah, great. Yeah, thanks. I wasn't aware. So basically, still using it, but you're just expanding with side stuff. Yeah,
right.
Cool. That's great to know.
Yeah, instead of just a single step system with K8s picking up, it becomes a piece of the overall chain. So if you don't need to statically scan your image or do any additional work on it, then K8s should be sufficient. And I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Great, thanks.
Cool. I do not see any other topics right now. I just wanted to say hi to Giuseppe. I don't know if I've had the pleasure of seeing you on the call before, so welcome.
Thank you. I
yeah.
was here 2 or 3 meetings ago, and you were not there.
Yep, I missed that one. So, yeah, awesome. Well, if you have anything you'd like to ask about, feel free. Sorry.
Sorry, I just wanted to add a note saying really look forward to the Korefi project taking off this year. I'm not too worried about announcing like a GA or a 1.0 or something, but there seems to be a lot of chatter in some of the circles about Korefi, and I see a lot of new people joining the community and trying it and posting stuff, and just looking forward to using Korefi. And I think Giuseppe is a good example of one such person. And it's really heartening to see some of that happen in 2023, and hopefully a lot more happens this year. That being said, if there's anything with regards to content that folks here right now or folks listening to this later feel that we should or we could publish about on blogs, on external channels and things like that, please feel free to voice your opinions and share ideas and thoughts. I'm always available on Slack, email, what have you. I'm happy to discuss and take those things forward. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there.
Cool. Absolutely. As sort of a tail follow on late ad that I put on, there are some RBAC enhancements we can do for making sure the roles are a little more realistic. And I'll be sure to get those in GitHub and available for people to see, and then make them available for anyone to work on whoever wants to. And I'll make sure those also get posted in the Korefi Dev Slack with easy links for anyone that wants to take a look at them. But they should be relatively straightforward, and so people, if they would like to get their hands on the actual work, should be able to actually pick those up. I'll try to provide as much detail as possible so that it's not too painful to pick up. Cool. Well,
Sounds good.
go ahead. Sorry, Ron.
I just said sounds good.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, if there aren't any other topics to discuss right now, then I'll give everyone back some time, and we'll see you in about 2 weeks. So yeah, thanks for attending, y'all. Always good to see some friendly faces on the working group forum. So we'll see how 2024 treats us and where we go with it. So until next time, have a good one. I'll see y'all then.
Okay, bye.
Everyone.
Bye bye. Bye, guys.